Hey everyone, and welcome to a full trailer analysis of InZOI, a brand new life simulation game that goes well into the, competition of our beloved The Sims and also Live by You and Paralives. So it seems to be a good time for the genre, and this is a completely new introduction, and this has a very different approach, and so far I'm loving it, but I'm getting into it in a second. So it's done by the same studio that did PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and it is the Korean studio Krafton, and you can see there is a lot of influence from there, but also it looks absurdly nice. The graphics look fantastic. The overall, kind of idea of the game looks fantastic. The building looks fantastic, and it's still in early development. There is already some gameplay out there. Unfortunately, I was not able to catch some gameplay, but in this trailer, the official trailer, there's already so much in that we can discuss in today's video. I'm trying to keep it relatively short so you can see the trailer running in the background, and we're going to pinpoint certain elements. And I've rewatched this one thing a million times, so let me guide you through. So first of all, you're playing a bit more of a, it's still third perspective, but you you still have like a very much more deep connection to your character. You can see you are accessing your own calendar, you are leveling your own skills. It's almost like you're playing yourself in this life sim, but you can still interact with the entire world and even shape the entire world. You can manage the world, you can build your own houses. The building menu looks insanely great, and it even has some AI texturing stuff going on. I saw in some of the other gameplay, and that is fantastic. The idea about it is great. It's not running perfectly fine as of now, but it already shows a huge potential where you can basically create your own texture of whatever you want in-game without it being actually in the game. So there's like a real-time creation of a brand new texture. So they are making use of the AI, generative visuals, for example, and that is absurdly nice. So you can see, like, there are a lot of things we have to discuss in a moment about the typical things from a game like that, but it almost feels like the entire Sim series already packed into one, because like there are pets in here, you can see there are babies in here, there are toddlers in here, there are kids in here, there are relationships, obviously all you can imagine, different gender, and you don't only have for normal kind of relationships, you can have all the relationships. And as you can see over here, this is the I want to call it Sims Builder, but that's definitely not the right word. It's like the character builder over here, and oh boy, does that look fantastic. You can tell that it is actually inspired by like Asian development studio, with like the characters being leaned towards the Korean lifestyle and stuff. But also you can see the fashion in here is really cool. It definitely has a huge influence from there, but you can see from going through, you can shape them in every way possible. So I do feel there's absolutely no problem whatsoever to to get some European, American looking, South American looking, whatever looking character in the game. And as this is going to be developed, obviously, there's a lot more potential going on. Over here, you kind of just seen how the texturing works. You can just create so many things on the fly and then put this on the different characters. And as I said, I've seen that already in gameplay from various YouTubers and from various creators, and they actually have done it. So it's not only like a showcase in this video over here, it really is something that is super nice and working. So as you can see, everything is like having a color wheel, which Sims players know what kind of a big deal that is. And yeah, you can see how insanely powerful the builder is. You can build with the grid to be quick, but you can also obviously put everything down in the angle you want. It is mega customizable. The art style in general, as I said, is like very realistic. We are not talking about any of the typical caveats we always have. Like, it's not really a caveat, but if you go for Paralives, for example, they have a unique style. Then you have got Sims, with obviously Sims is almost like a grown brand with their own style. Live by You introduced a new style that is a lot more lean toward the city skyline style. So a lot of different styles to overcome the issue of not being too realistic, or not like wanting to be too realistic because the fear is that this looks awkward. But this one over here doesn't look awkward at all. It looks fantastic. It looks really, really great. And you can definitely tell that they spent a long time developing it before actually going out. Also, I love the fact you're in these high rises over here and building these things. You can see this is the world, like it's a very Seoul inspired city over here, but they have already said they are working on European, American maps as well. So it's not only Korean, and I'm assuming that once you are in this area, obviously, of the world, characters, the textures, the available clothing and stuff like that will change with that. As you've seen the weather, it's almost too good to believe how insanely nice it all looks. The cool bit is you can also control your character yourself with like WASD, which is super cool. I'm not sure if you can control a baby and just crawl over the ground as you've seen, but like, I mean, look at these little toddlers. How much I would love to be a toddler again and play it in the game. It just looks absurd. Really, I've not known of this game whatsoever. It just came to me like an entire surprise, and I don't know, it looks really cool. And I reached out to the developers, so maybe with a bit of luck I may get a version that I can actually access and try a bit of a gameplay. But as you can tell, I'm super hyped, and I can only say that this is potentially the biggest surprise for me of the year in terms of games that I've not expected to be announced in a way. And sure, you have to always see whatever's coming and what you can do with it. But I mean, look at everything that's on the screen right now. There is so much to love about already. But now, as the trailer is over, let's go a little bit more in detail, because there are a couple of things I want to highlight. So let's just go and zoom in first of all. I want to keep this camera setting here for a second because, oops, oh my god, that was very clever of me to grab that thing instead of just moving it. There you go. Let's move that bar away. Now in this area over here, there's a lot to see. You can see up here we have like a main menu in which we can seemingly switch to building mode, for example. Not sure what these little stars over here are. I don't know if that goes into a character menu, for example. Then you can switch the camera and you've got a menu, like a burger menu. And down here, you can tell this is your character you're in. You've kind of, I don't know if that's the time of day or whatnot. Unfortunately, my Korean isn't that great, you know. But down here on the left-hand side, you can definitely tell the most important thing. It's Wednesday, it's 8:44 a.m. We've got 21 degrees already, so it's kind of a hot day ahead, I guess. And you can obviously skip forward, make time faster, or pause the game, which is nice. And to the bottom right, this looks also interesting to me. This looks to be like where everything has access from like your family, then your pets. You can obviously have pets. This looks almost like I don't know what exactly that is. This is the money you have currently, and over here with the, I think this is where you are right now in this mode, I don't know. And down here you can see you're walking over here, and if you put on that little arrow down here, this will bring up your current life status, which we'll see in a second. Let's zoom just forward a little so you can tell like there are different characters. There you go. This is now with the unfolded area. I love the fact that you even have like a scooter. I mean, just look at that. You even have like an e-scooter. I assume you can even use that, I guess. But oh, that looks so cool. Now you can see over here, showering has been great this morning. Also food has been good. Well, we are already kind of tired at 9:15. That feels like me. But we are super happy today. Social seems to be not that great. The mood is okay, I guess. Stamina, I assume that is good. And we don't need to pee, which is also great. So, a couple of things I love on the top left, I guess this is some messages or so, which we are going to talk about in a second. As you can see, she's putting out your phone, and I assume this is how you do contact other kind of characters in there. Not sure if they have multiplayer, I'm not sure at all, but if so, that would be amazing. If you can interact with the people in the world, it's almost like kind of Second Life, I don't know. But yeah, in a supermarket where you potentially buy some food even, I don't know if you need to get grocery shopping yourself, and this is what I mean. It's like a lot more like a life simulator rather than a Sims kind of type of game, I don't know, but which is a life simulator, but you know what I mean. You don't need to kind of go grocery shopping, so at least not that I know, but yeah, you can really see there's also stuff to learn down here. Venomous flowers, I guess this is important. You can grab that and read it, for example, to learn so that your character is potentially better at gardening, I don't know, and some food time, and you can for preparing meal and stuff. And as you can see, this is in the shop. You can even sit down, check your phone, and you can go into, I don't know if that's like an internet cafe or something like that. I mean, not sure which time of day it is or time of the world it is, but I don't know if you need that nowadays. I have no idea if that is a thing in Seoul. But Very interesting to see that you can even access like a, internet cafe like that, the PC cafe as it's called. You can even grab yourself a coffee. Man, I wish to have a coffee right now. And you can see this is what you're doing right now. So now actually this is confirmation of what I said. This is what you're doing. So this is maybe the tasks that your upcoming tasks are. So very interesting to see. This one is going to grab a coffee over here. Very lovely. And this is more like the typical kind of Sims view. Like this is not the first person view. This is the Sims view. And you can see this is basically the camera change, I'm assuming, and then you can click just like as in the Sims. I do have to say I love the UI already pretty much. It's super modern, it's nice, it's slick, it's very kind of, I don't know, simplistic, but then again also easy to understand. And this is, me not being able to read Korean, but yeah, very nice. Let's skip forward a little because there's so much more interesting stuff. You can see there's like a fire going on. We also have some other stuff that leads to, like, you can even have like a job as like a firefighter, for example, and then you need to, get rid of the fire. And this over here is pretty cool. You've got your mobile phone screen mirror to you in this like almost like Netflix series overlay style, which I'm loving as well. Boy, that is so good. Like, a lot of things are cool. And then once you access your calendar, for example, it just opens like a typical PC menu of the cat lurking to the top right. You can see the desires. You can see our skills right now. We are learning to paint. We're good at talking. We've got our nice traits, for example, over here. We are young adult. We are humble. We are bold. We are melancholic in a way. Interesting character. And then you can also see what your schedule is like. Central Park Square, you want to go to, you've got a visit, planned, you want to go to Pleasure Gaming and the Nuri Plaza afterwards. Turn on all schedules so you see what you do. That's lovely. I really love that. And then you're back in the house, and obviously here preparing some meals, some like little fried chicken over here. But you can also grab that from street food market, which again, I love. And then like in the different houses, something broke and you have to fix it, which is also very interesting that works. I really love that little bit of realism to it. The oven, I mean, typical Sims kind of stuff when, things go wrong. You can sing, you can, do a lot of music, you can paint, as you can see over here, which is just the trait we were learning. I mean, you've seen all of that. I love the fact that you can even go to some fun fair. I want to skip forward a little bit more to some other stuff which I found interesting. This one over here I found very interesting because all of a sudden this style over here is changed. It almost looks like in a comic, and I'm not entirely sure if that's like a certain mode in which you are, because obviously the rest looks like hyper realistic and this is all of a sudden looks like very comic-y. And then back again it looks really good. It might also be just like concept work that they introduced into the trailer, I don't know, but that was something that just kind of popped to my eye. This one over here is also kind of cool. You can do sports outside, in this case yoga, I guess. Yeah, man, there's like so much to talk about, but I would need confirmation first of all before all the things. It's just pure speculation in many ways, but just take that little toddler over here with the insanely nice fashion style and the little dance and like the baby over here, and oh god, yes. I mean, stop. It's all too good already in the game in this early stage. So love this little kind of, how is that called in English? I don't know, but is it also like a mobile or something like that? Just how it would be called in German. But you can tell that there is a lot in here. This is also like a very nice lot you can see where they're like dancing outside. There are some different living spaces in here, which also is confirmed that you have different living spaces in one big house. So really cool. And yeah, I mean, the character builder, I'm not going to go too crazy into because you've seen it is mega powerful. But I want to go a little bit forward to this. This is the stuff I wanted to show. Like, look at this over here, how you can deal with the textures. And then this is what I said. I saw that in some gameplay videos that they have even like an AI creation embedded in here. So you can create your own texture and then scale it and put it on. So that is super cool. So basically down here, as you can see in the plus menu, you're basically just kind of creating that and then putting that onto your jacket. In this way is absurd. And I think this little robot over here is kind of the AI creation tool. I'm assuming, this is where they did this. And this over here is like the fill option, I guess, with available textures. But I mean, this just kind of opens up for like an internal world of textures, which I haven't seen implemented like that in a game. If you guys have seen that, let me know, but I haven't. So that is some really bold stuff here and really love that. So as you can see, this is the building, which typically is something I am looking forward to the most. But one thing I already saw is like that everything is seemingly very intuitive. It's not like a building menu that you wouldn't expect. Everything is similar to what you know from different building games. Again, the UI is super slick and nicely designed. It's almost like I really want to build it right now. You can see these little squares and points. That already gives me the idea that it's not like super gritty, but you can use the grid for some reference. But then do also kind of crazy stuff. Look at all the windows you have. Not sure if you can scale the windows once you build them. Potentially you can, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the thing. And I mean, look at the menu, how much stuff is in here. Yeah, it's a beta, so there is not really that much in, even though I have to say it's already quite a huge choice of windows, for example, over here. Different window panels. I love the fact how you can just easily drag the wall and then put the fridge just in between there. Some very modern stuff. I love that table. My wife would be all in to buy that right away. We would love to have a table like that. So that is something that interests me. Also, notice that one fallen over here to the outside. Is that like, has that been falling over all the time? No, look at that. It's nice and tidy there, but then it looks almost like someone has just driven that thing over. Not sure why I noticed that, but yeah, it seems like things happening outside. Then like having a color wheel straight away is amazing. Having the grid option to do the ground like that with like some wooden panels. They actually seem not to be like they don't seem to be like a texture. They seem to be an actual little wooden panel, specifically to make these like kind of sunken gardens in here. I love that. It is insane. And like doing I mean, just look at how modern that all looks. And oh god, I would take that bathroom too. It just looks really crazy, and it is just so good. I don't even know what I should take for a thumbnail for this video, because everything is just way too nice looking. It looks really, really dang good, and I would love to play it right away. I really would love. So that game definitely is on my wish list now, and I definitely want to play that game as soon as I possibly can. Oh, look at that. This is also something, yeah, this seems to be like a little style change. There you go. Ah, that seems to be with the mood, connected to the mood. This is interesting. So, yeah, there you go. So that is something interesting happening here with different stuff. Ah, okay. That is very interesting. Now, also love that kid over here, the two kids playing on the playground. I wonder if you can build the playground yourself. That would be mega. But yeah, there's not really that much more to say. As you were figuring out, I'm mega hyped. This game seems to be an absolute banger, at least if you're into these types of games. And even if not, you may want to try it out, I guess, because it looks just way too good to not. I mean, I will potentially stay in the character builder for entire 2 weeks before actually playing the game. But yeah, so really, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And a little hint, since it's Black Friday upcoming, check the link of Instant Gaming in the description, because there are mega deals as of now. So if there's any game you have thought about recently and you didn't buy because it was too expensive, maybe check out my link, because there are so many games in discount, I can't even name them all. So that would be lovely if you want to. But other than that, I'm so hyped for this game. I will keep on covering this. I will keep my eyes on this game. And now it's your turn to tell me in the comments what you think of this game. Have you ever heard of it? Did you see that the first time on my channel? Or how did you stumble across it? So thank you so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful weekend ahead. I talk to you in the next one. And until then, have a good time.